Right, I've come up into the loft space to assess the, to see whether there's any damp, any water coming through the ceiling. And I found that there's some places where the insulation's not been laid well. It's probably causing some condensation, but I don't think the roof's leaking, so that's good. But what I have found on the way out is very interesting. So I've peeled back the loft insulation. Sorry it looks like it's snowing, it's just the extreme amount of dust up here. Peel back the loft insulation and there is a whole load of rolls of wallpaper. Just tons of them. So in the loft here you can see just some boards have just been thrown down on top of the insulation. Nothing's fitted, it's all loose. Big pile of rope, don't know what that was for. Plastic bag that I'm guessing the insulation came in. Just a big mess. This ridiculously sized loft hatch. So you'll have to excuse my dodgy camera angle here, but in a moment you'll see a hole. There we go, daylight, showing there is actually a hole in the front there that needs fixing. Right, let's have a look at what I found in the attic. So we've got here the Common Prayer and Hymns book. It's very, very delicate, but in the front here, we can see that it says E. Hollis, Ophir House, Dover Street, March 1900. And this is, I think, quite an exciting find, that this little book belonged to E. Hollis, and it's been around all that time, sitting in our attic. So that's a really nice find. We also found this calendar, which again is really delicate, but if we open it up, it's got Bible verses on it with some pictures, and then we've got the year, the months here. It doesn't say anywhere the year that this is, but it's obviously very old. So that's quite nice. Nice little find. And then also in the attic, we found all this, a whole bag of it here, all this old wallpaper. And I can't really open this up because it's so dry. The paper is just crumbly. Look at that, isn't that interesting? It's quite a nice pattern actually. This is just what I found. I only took up a couple of sections of the insulation. This was the loft hatch. It got broken when it was put into the loft. We had a little accident, and at the time I was a little bit upset about it, but then I realised that having a very fragile pane of glass above your stairs is not very sensible. So in hindsight, I'm really glad it got broken because it forced us to address this issue. So we'll have a little closer look at it now. So here's the loft hatch. This is all glass. You can see this beautiful blue colour, and then this is a sort of red, and this was very beautiful too. It would seem that this was in fact a clear pane of glass with some kind of transfer on top of it. You can see the edge of it along there. What we're thinking we're going to do is take out this part that is glass and put in a sheet of perspex that possibly we might be able to get some kind of pattern like this on it. I mean, it's filthy, you can't really see, you can't see its full glory here. So we're thinking that we'll reinstate the window back into the loft hatch space. This could look really beautiful. We just need to have a proper think about how we can make it as safe as possible and how we're going to attach some lighting behind it and then pop it back up as a rather excessive loft hatch. But it's a bit of a quirky feature that we really like. It's nice to keep something that's part of the house and has potentially been part of the house for a really long time. So if we have a look down here, we can see that there's been some kind of fixing on that side. And then as we come up, this joint, I'm wondering whether this has been cut along here. And actually originally this was perhaps a door, so this is upside down, that would have been the top half, and that maybe there was some more. So maybe this was the front door. So there's another catch there. Could it have been a sash window maybe? I don't know. Maybe it was just a pane of glass that was in one of the windows, but it's very beautiful. I've come upstairs to show you where the loft hatch was. So that's where that window goes, and it's right above this part of the staircase. It's really not very safe, and I've no idea. We'll never know why it was decided to put it there, but I think that having the window back in there with some light behind it, I think could look really, really beautiful. So we'll have a go, see what we can come up with.